What'd you think of Eddington, Lexi?
I didn't really like it that much. What
Nor did
about you?
I. Nor did I. I probably liked it like 10% more than you, but overall, yeah, another Ari Aster movie where I just don't know if I can get on this man's wavelength. I think it has a lot of ideas, and I was with it in like the first half, maybe even a little over half, when it was just about Joaquin Phoenix's sheriff versus Pedro Pascal's mayor. And then as soon as, spoilers, but we've been spoiling in all these videos, he shoots Pedro Pascal's character, and the ensuing fallout and everything that happens after that, I lost all interest. It just becomes a crazy, chaotic mess. And not to say that the movie wasn't chaotic before then, but I kind of like what they had to say about COVID and somewhat the George Floyd murder and the protests that came out of that. But man, I did not care for what came after Pedro Pascal's death, like at all. I think it really, really, really dragged down the movie for me. It just made it a whole lot less interesting. Yeah. What do you think, Lex?
Yeah, I thought that they should have took the route of like either going the rivalry like Pedro Pascal versus Joaquin Phoenix or like just stuck with some type of rivalry because when it was just Joaquin Phoenix the whole entire movie that was kind of boring. Not gonna lie. And then they got rid of you know all the other characters and just kind of made like at the end like mostly at the end it's just literally him and then of course his wife's like mother so his
Yeah.
mother-in-law um of course is still with him but it is just weird and I didn't expect it to go down that route and I honestly thought that that route was just it just made it like boring and weird like it was just constantly going and going and like there was times when we even thought like oh it's gonna end and then it kept going we were kind of like okay it should have ended back there or something like it just kept kind of dragging and going and I think it just kept going downhill from there.
Yeah, it went in so many different directions. After he kills Pedro Pascal, it's like the movie loses any sense of narrative focus. There's the Native American chief investigating whether Joaquin Phoenix did it. The fact that they threw the black officer in jail, had Michael in
Which was
jail.
weird and a very weird plot to throw in there because then they just scrapped it.
Yeah, and then he's 1 minute he's in jail, the next I guess they
The
kidnapped him from out of
Antifa,
jail. Tifa kidnapped him from out of jail and rigged him with explosives in the middle of the desert.
which it was just weird. Like, why was that a thing at the end of the movie? Like, I really hated how he was like. I thought the whole point of the movie was him, like, the sheriff and basically the mayor dragging themselves down with each other, but instead it was like just him just being torn down the whole entire movie. And I get that, but at certain points, you get kind of tired of the same person getting beat up over and over and over again to the point where you're just unsatisfied with the movie and kind of just want to leave. And that's where I was at. I just got to the
Yes.
point where I was unsatisfied and angry, and I kind of wanted to leave. And it wasn't that you can't have like somebody being torn down the whole movie, but you want people to have a reason to stay. Like you want a person to have a reason and I just felt like I wasted my time watching some man just being dragged out. And I'm not saying he was the best man. Like, of course, he wasn't the best man. He had his flaws, whatever. But watching the same man get beat up instead of just either, making him come to this resolution or making him, I don't know, learn or find something. But I literally just didn't see the point in that movie. Like, just watching somebody just like
And he
torture
just
porn.
wasn't.
Like it's
Yeah,
literally just torture porn. Like I
he
don't want
was
to
a
watch this
goof.
man get like even the end. I was like, oh my god, like why am I just watching this man just be like? I don't even know who he is, and he's not
He's
the
kind
best
of a
person,
not
but
very intelligent idiot who's out for
yeah, and I'm like, he's
himself.
not the best
He's
person, but I feel
opportunistic.
bad because he's being torn down literally the whole entire movie. And like there's okay, and I'm not even gonna lie and say like you know, his wife, like I thought her character was completely and utterly I'm not gonna lie, stupid. I thought like they were trying to make her come to this like thing that she, was going to be empowered and be a woman and be like, I'm not going to be this, silenced, person because it's 2020. This is taking place in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just not the case. It was like she, like, of course, Austin Butler's character came in. I can't remember his name.
I don't
I don't
remember either.
remember
I don't
his.
remember Emma Stone's character or
Yeah, Emma
Austin
Stone.
Butler's
I
character.
don't remember her character's name either. But anyways, she basically ended up with Austin Butler going to this weird, like, we thought it was a cult because I think he was growing up in a cult, was trying to act like, this is bad, and basically drew her back into a cult, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought it was trying to be like more her finding herself, but it just turned out to be um her
She
just
just ran
randomly
off,
just
and
straight up
and
dying. And
and
I was like,
and
okay, this is not showing that she's grown and she's moved on and she's found herself. Because I agree, she should have left Walking Phoenix's character. I was like, go girl, you deserve to be you. But at the same time, when they showed her pregnant on the TV looking like crazy, I just was like, okay, well, we literally didn't see anything that happened to her the whole movie after she
no,
left.
we know nothing about
So
her
yeah, we
really.
don't know anything about her, and then she's pregnant. So you have to think, if she was so uncomfortable with that, wouldn't you think we would deserve to see how she, either found her voice or grown or something? Like I just felt like we kind of got that storyline just kind of thrown, and she was just kind of like a plot filler, kind of.
Yeah, she was just there to be his wife. Like,
Mm.
even her mom, I think that was Gene Smart in the movie had more to do and a lot more to give to the movie. It was just lame. Like if it had a point it was trying to make, then it should have continued on with their rivalry. It just went in so many ridiculous directions. I didn't care about the students and their protests, like the younger kids and Pedro Pascal's irritating son, and it's just
Irritating. Okay,
yes.
yeah, hold on. I want to talk about that before we move on from that. I don't understand what basically made the turning point of the film turn when these kids, okay, one of the sheriffs was dating one of these kids, which was weird. They never really addressed what was going
Or they
on
had something
there.
going on.
Either
Yeah.
way, either way, he looked like he didn't want anything to do with her in the movie. She was like seeming like she wanted more to do with him than he did. But I'm not saying anything about that relationship. Then there are two other characters, the sheriff's son, and then this boy. Like, who even was he? Like this
I have no idea.
this boy that had a crush on the woman or the girl. Um, it was just a three-way going on, not even a four-way because the sheriff didn't really. I mean, no, it was a two-way going on because the sheriff didn't want anything to do with her, but the mayor's son was into her, and they like had some type of relationship. And then he sends like a photo of them together to this to his friend in the movie to make and I don't know, but to me that was to make him jealous,
Yeah,
and
she
it just
just
created this huge
it
fire
was
which
just a dumb
started
plot
everything.
point. Like it was
Yeah,
just the whole movie was just wacky and not in a good way. And
and I think it could have gone somewhere. I really
yeah,
do. Because I did think like the first half of that movie where they were kind of going at each other, like the party, that was the best scene. That was my favorite scene I think out of the whole movie, where he's walking in, turning off the music,
And you
and then he just
slapped him in the
slaps him, and I'm
face.
like, oh my god, this is gonna get good. And then they get rid of him.
And they waste him.
For what? He was in there for about 10 fucking minutes. Austin Butler, who? Are you kidding me? Like, I was just like, they put Austin Butler like he was in the film too. Like, they literally put only his scenes in the trailer are what they are in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Yeah, it was very disappointing. I didn't even see his last movie because I didn't particularly care for Hereditary and Midsummer. And I liked the first half of this more than either one of those movies, but at the second half or the second
I do like
two-fifths or
Midsummer
whatever,
and
trash.
Hereditary.
You do like Midsummer and Hereditary, but you don't like Beau's Afraid.
No, I saw Beau is Afraid and I walked out of the theater and I got sick. So.
Yeah, that's see, never gonna watch that one. And yeah, similar reaction to this one. So disappointing.
Very
Eddington was very
disappointing.
disappointing. Average at best, in my opinion, and nothing to look twice at. So yeah,
All right.
that's Eddington.